sort of go by a duck when I, work on a film, and or like work on a painting, because if you study a duck, you'll see certain things. You'll see a bill, and the bill is a certain texture and a certain length. Then you'll see a head, and the feathers on the head are a certain texture and it's a certain shape, and it goes into the neck. Yeah, but I wanted silver goblet. Yeah.
Did you want to take your coffee?
Please.
And yours is the can?
Yes, thank you.
You want water too?
Oh, no, fine. Thanks. So,
We just had our eyes go back to the duck, to the bill of the duck.
Right. So the texture of the bill, for instance, is very smooth and has quite precise detail in it, and it's one of the texture that's like you say, smooth and detailed, and it reminds you somewhat of the legs. The legs are a little bit bigger and a little bit more rubbery, but it's enough so that your eye goes back and forth. Now the body being so big, it can be softer, and the texture is not so detailed. It's just kind of a large kind of cloud. But the key to the whole duck is the eye and where the eye is placed. And it has to be placed in the head, and it's the most detailed, and it's like a little jewel. And if it was sitting on the bill, it'd be two things that were too busy, battling. They would not, do so well. And if it was sitting in the middle of the body, it would get lost. So again on the legs, it just wouldn't work. And you can see that, but it's so perfectly placed to show off a jewel right in the middle of the head like that, next to this S curve, and with the bill sitting out in front, but with enough distance so that the eye is very, very, very well secluded and set out. And so when working on a film, a lot of times you can get the bill and the legs and the body and everything. But this eye of the duck is a certain scene in the picture that is, sorry. It's got to be, you have a thick ice cream.
We don't have a thick.
I don't believe it.
They don't have it.
You don't have it anymore. What happened to it?
I don't know, the machine's broken.
Oh, the machine is broken. Okay. No, thank you very much. This was honestly great. Thanks so much.
We can actually talk to you.
I can't believe it. What are we doing? We've lost the whole day. They haven't been shooting. Well, like maybe what we were talking about films, because everybody has a camera and everybody has film. But to give a sense of place, to me, is a thrilling thing. And the sense of place is made up of what says a place is details. And so the details are incredibly important. If they're wrong, then it throws you out of the mood. And so if in sound and music and color and shape and texture, if all those things are correct, and a woman looks a certain way with a certain kind of light and says the right word, you're gone. You're in heaven. But it's all little details.
Well, what would a person have to say to make this place seem wonderful?
You'd have to do some work here.
Yes.
But this could be really kind of wonderful if certain things were to happen in the center of this room.
Like what?
Well, if a very, very heavy-set woman came in the middle with a microphone and started eating, a hot dog and telling really foul jokes, and maybe sing some songs, it would change the atmosphere quite a bit, and it would work in this locale.
No, it actually would. I wish you'd come in.
I wish you would. It would be fantastic.
Yeah.
C'est Nalda Road, Hollywood. Le rendez-vous a été fixé par Lynch lui-même. Wednesday, 10 o'clock in my place. Mercredi 30 novembre, 10 heures, chez moi. John Powers a quitté son bureau du LA Weekly et s'est confortablement installé dans un fauteuil en rotin. Il attend. Lynch a pris sa position favorite, de dos ou en profil perdu. En ce moment, il travaille à l'adaptation d'un roman noir d'Eric Knight. You play the black and the red comes up. Vous jouez le noir et le rouge sort. En quelques instants, John Powers va jouer le noir.
Well then, Deb, what do you know? Okay, I'm gonna change a sentence here. Two men, let's see, he's observing two men in dress suits wrestling a woman in a red party dress, period. They seem to be trying to get the woman, her it out, to lay down, No, I just leave it like that, but I'm just trying to think, why don't you say Nick doesn't like this? After her mouth, Period. It disturbs him. And then he leaves the room. Let's see here. Stingo, that's right. Exactly right. Stingo. And that's a nice name, too.
to him. Please, Frank. Sir. I like to sing Blue Velvet. Dawn. Dawn, it's all right. Don't worry. Dawn. Dawn, can you hear me? Is little Donnie all right? Is he there with you? Dawn? You mean Madeleine? Frank! Frank, what's the matter with him? I know. That'd be sweet. Mommy loves you. Okay, Frank, sir.
That's a cool hat. Where'd you get it?
This hat? I got this hat from my friend Catherine, who gave it to me on a this shoot for The Cowboy and the Frenchman, because we were it was real hot, and this thing has a long bill, and it really keeps the sun out of your eyes, and it's like a fishing hat. Then afterwards I got 10 of them, more of them, a bag of them, because they're going out of style.
What's that you're doing?
This is a sculpture of a small nude woman that I'm going to photograph, and I may be building it for. I'm going to build it and photograph it, but I think it will be in Interview magazine. But if it doesn't go there, I'll just save the photo. But I'm kind of interested in building some small people and putting them in environments, and then photographing them.
Why?
Well, there's no real good answer for that.
Are there any bad answers to that?
No. Well, there's probably a lot of bad answers, but I don't want to give you one of them.
All right. You seem to like this sort of business. Is that true?
Well, maybe it's going to, yeah, I do.
Do you find it beautiful?
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, they are powerful. They're more powerful. They move me.
You have a lot of movies.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of, like they say, troubling things out there, and but it's fascinating, and I like to try to, figure out, I like to examine this, distortions.
Do you find that most people's sense of what's good looking is too conventional?
Well, yeah, but like you got a melody, which is beautiful, but it's also nice to go off on these little, riffs and do some kind of strange variations on a theme.
Do you like body?
Yes, I do, John.
The reason I ask is because When Eraserhead came out, a lot of the critics said that you seem to be somebody who's very much disgusted by bodies.
Yeah, I know. I think that the critics, like I'm sorry, John, but, you know, you get on an angle, and then they have to kind of like justify it, right? And then you're stuck with it. And then people read these things, and years later they pop up again. I mean, it doesn't mean much, you know, really. It's just the way they happen to see it. Who knows what the whole truth is?
How about you? You know?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about it. Some things you can't talk about.
How do you feel about dead bodies?
Well, I haven't seen a whole bunch of them. I once went into a morgue and I saw some, but it's amazing how much has gone out when someone's dead. But I don't know that much about them.
Did you like it in the morning?
It was an experience, and it had a definite mood in there, and it affected me a lot. But I'm not sure. I mean, if I really liked it, I'd be back there, you know, all the time. Like I really liked Bob's, you know, Big Boy restaurants, and I was in there for about 8 years every day. So, but I was very much, you know, it was pretty powerful in the morgue.
In Blue Velvet, there's some dead bodies as well.
Yeah, there's a couple of them, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of feeling did you get from those bodies? I mean, was it frightening, or was it, you thought, that's a heck of a good-looking dead body? Or what?
Well, they're not really frightening because you're right there in a sort of a false world. But and they have their own sort of, you know, texture. I always say that as soon as you take the name off something and you see it just as an abstract texture, lots of things that you wouldn't normally think of as being beautiful are very beautiful. And those are interesting textures. And so they got their own beauty to them. As soon as you realize what they are, they're sort of horrifying.
Do you like to take the names off things?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, some people also say that your work is immoral.
They do?
Yes, they do.
Who said that?
Oh, people on TV when Blue Velvet came out. Some people think you're a wicked man, David.
Really and truly.
Yeah.
I'm very upset about that, but I don't necessarily. I mean, I hope I'm not, but you know, things are interesting to you, and you sort of have to find out about them. And I think sometimes people they don't want to take a chance and go into a darkness to discover what it is. And I like, you know, to do that.
You do it by choice?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have to, you know, go in there, but I like to go in there. I mean, I halfway like to go in there.
Only halfway?
Yeah, but I like to yeah, it's halfway. That's why I like to go to well-lit places. So I can, if I fall into some strange place, I can come back out and, you know, have a cup of coffee.
But then you keep making dark things yourself. Is that part of the same process?
But I don't make dark things.
Or we'll kill you. I mean it. Hello, baby.
Shut up! It's Daddy, you shithead. Where's my bourbon? Can't you fucking remember anything? No, it's dark. Spread your legs. Wider. Now show it to me. Don't you fucking look at me. Mommy! Mommy!
You know more than you're saying.
Well, I doubt it.
Does that mean yes or no?
I won't even want to think about it anymore.
Okay. Does it make you uncomfortable to talk about the meanings of
Yeah.
the sexual meanings?
It makes me uncomfortable to talk about meanings of things because, like I said, the meaning, it's a very personal thing. And the meaning for me is different than the meaning for somebody else. And there's a lot of dead authors and you know, that you can't go and dig up and ask them what they meant. And yet you read their things and they strike you, you know, sometimes very powerfully. And you make something and you put it out, and that's the end of the story.
And should people not care about what experiences you've had and how?
Not, well, it could be interesting, but it might not be very interesting. Most of the time, the magic is in the work and not in the person that, you know, that did it.
Well, is it possible that I, for example, could find clarity about your work that would make it richer and better from talking to you about specific things in it?
Yeah, you might, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, let's change direction then.
All right, John.
Looking around your kitchen, I can't fail to notice that you have a board with 20 bees stuck on it.
Yes, I do.
You were going to make, I heard, a film version of Kafka's Metamorphosis.
I was going to do that, yeah.
And the guy turns into
A cockroach.
a cockroach, or I guess
A dung beetle.
a dung beetle.
Yeah.
Do you identify with that character in that story?
Yeah, I identify a lot with them. But I don't want to go into all the reasons why, because they're abstract. But I didn't go ahead with it. I wrote a script, and I'm not entirely happy with the script. And something is just not right about it. Something's missing, and maybe it'll pop in later on. But the main reason I didn't go through with it is this beetle costs so much money to make, and even so, I don't know if technology is really ready to build a beetle that works like I want it to work. And so it's a very risky thing to do that film right now.
Let's presuppose for a moment that I could give you $5 million to build the greatest beetle of all time. You say you aren't happy with the script.
Mm-hmm.
What is the difficulty with the script?
I don't know. If I knew, then I would be closer to solving the problem. I just don't know. But if you told me you could build a perfect beetle, then I would concentrate. I would sit down and really concentrate on the story and reading it. And I think in a little while I might, solve the problem. Because when you really zero in on something, chances are you'll get the problem solved.
That's good news. Do you, what do you like about the neighborhood? What excites you about it?
Well, there's a definite things, but it seems so strange to talk about it because it's a story that millions of people have read and about 100,000 people have written about, and each one has seen it from a slightly different angle. But it's just like rich with things. But there's a certain kind of dark humor that I love about Kafka, and it is his stuff thrills me, to my soul. It just completely perfect mood and story and characters. So I like pretty nearly everything about it.
You talk about the dark humor. Do you think of yourself as being a humorous filmmaker?
Yeah, in a way. Sometimes I said somewhere that like Frank strikes me as quite funny. He's frightening, but he's completely driven, and there's humor in that.
He doesn't seem very evolved, does he?
No, who knows, but not along down the road too far, maybe.
I'm obviously raising a question about evolution that you...
Mm-hmm. I'm going to avoid again.
You're going to dodge. But that you once told me that you could imagine people becoming more and more evolved.
Sure.
What would that entail?
Well, it would, to me, and I'm not, the first one to think of this, they say that like the nervous system is the instrument for consciousness or awareness. And so cleaning the machine of the nervous system would make you more aware and more conscious of what was surrounding you.
What? You lose and you lose. Be careful and kind to do. What? Round and around she go. Win and somebody. What? You win but you lose. What? Red one side. How much you go for the $50 go? 15 gets gone. 100 gets on the red. What? On the red.
What a flame.
Okay. All right. Your time. Where's the other set of phones, Julie?
The big ones are right here.
Oh. Can I turn those phones down just a little bit? Is that all right?
Mine?
Yeah. Good. Here it comes. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. I wonder if we should do a top one on that, too. That'd be 9 voices we'd have on the end of this thing. Let's try it. Just try one.
I wanna float with you.
Yeah.
I wanna float with you.
Absolutely beautiful, Julie. This will be a very expensive tour because Julie will have to hire 9 backup singers.
Well, the ladies, man, isn't he? The ladies, man, a little kid, you know? Come on. Here, let's stop her, man. Keep the noise down. Keep it quiet. Quiet. Hey! What?
Lundi 5 décembre, 12h30. À l'entrée du garage, le coupé Packard modèle 58 tente de garder la maison.
Well, you can go up to, probably to, keep on this kid. That's good.
Henry, may I speak to you a minute? Over here.
I think I have had a hard time watching it and
Yeah, I remember it. I remember that. Keep on going down. No, that's too far.
Did you and Mary have sexual intercourse? Did you?
Why are you asking me this question?
I have a very good reason. And now I want you to tell me.
I'm very... I love Mary.
Henry, I asked you if you and Mary had sexual intercourse.
Well, I don't think that's any of your business.
Henry!
Sorry.
You're in very bad trouble if you won't cooperate.
Well, Mary?
Mother! Answer me.
I'm too nervous.
There's a baby. It's at the hospital.
Mom!
And you're the father.
That's impossible. It's only...
They're still not sure it is a baby.
It's premature, but there's a baby.
I don't see how I can make that no.
I don't see how I can just came
Out, yeah.
Okay.
Those two are only out.
Okay.
Okay, then you run. Yeah, from who to... Period. Okay, hold on, let's keep going. Keep going. Okay, just a second. Keep going. Okay, hold on a second. And right after 2 o'clock, stop.
Can I spend the night here?
No, all that's out.
So later.
Yeah. That's, well, we got something at least organized here. Now we keep on going. So, well, at least we've done some editing. I'm getting too hungry to think about this stuff right now. I'm not ready to pass out. We have to rewrite this. Go for it, Tom.
Good afternoon, David. Office. Hi, Mark. How you doing? Yeah, we can call you back. Okay, you're at home? Terrific. Bye-bye.
And that's next thing. All that down. Yeah, just keep taking stuff out.
I actually have some photos. I think they're kind of interesting. And I was hoping I could show them to you and sort of ask what you think. Or
Mardi 6 décembre.
here's one I think that's What's that on her cheeks?
Well, I don't talk about those things, but this is the lady in the radiator, and it's a very beautiful photo.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Did you think she's a beautiful woman?
Extremely beautiful.
Why?
Because she's so happy.
Because she's so happy.
Uh-huh.
Here's a photo of someone who I think is probably a little less handsome. But who you also think is
Well, this guy is very, very handsome.
yes. Oh,
Very
genius.
handsome, yeah.
My mistake.
This is Jack Henry. Jack, you know, is completely disciplined, and you know, together we would work out a scene in like the smallest details, and talk about why maybe an eye would, you know, drift, you know, just a quarter of an inch over somewhere, and it was fantastic working with Jack.
Did you ever write any of her races with him in mind?
No. I met Jack after I wrote it, and it's just sort of amazing. One of the most amazing things about Jack is the fact that his hair is able to stand up, and I never, you know, dreamt I could be so lucky to find someone like that.
Oh, you also seem to like sort of very physical manifestations of like the terror of life. I mean, here you have, which seems to be sort of fear or anxiety and dread.
Yeah, anxiety and confusion, and fear, for sure.
Do you feel that yourself?
Oh, yeah, you bet.
You seem like such a cheerful guy, though.
Well, I'm pretty cheerful. Like they say, laughing on the outside.
Yes, but Henry on the inside.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's a fearful place that we live in, and it's filled with darkness and confusion.
Like what? What's the darkness?
Well, it's darkness, meaning that it's an absurd world packed with people who don't know what they're doing, and are you know, kind of, they become more confused and sometimes angry, and so it becomes a frightening place.
Do you know what you're doing?
No, I don't.
Not at all?
No. Well, I know, I sometimes have an inkling of, you know, a direction in which to start.
Yeah. Is it just my imagination, or it seems to me that in your movies there are lots of shots of people looking at things?
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. I don't really know why that is, but there's something about people. They like to see something they shouldn't, you know, be seeing.
Right.
And if everybody had their wish, they'd be, you know, probably spying on, you know, all sorts of people, and they want to know what goes on behind the scenes. And in a movie, you can show that. And maybe in some in movies, there's a person or something that you see things, you know, through their eyes. So you have people looking. Well, I like eyes closed too. And somehow when the eyes are closed, you immediately start going inside and thinking what they're trying to figure out, what they're thinking or feeling. And it's a beautiful thing.
A rather famous shot from Blue Velvet.
Right.
Yeah. Why a severed ear?
Well, I don't know exactly why that happened. An ear, well, there's lots of different, you know, it sort of ended up having to be an ear. And I never thought about anything else, really. But it was so beautiful to find as a ticket to another world, and it served also to, you know, lead, to kind of pull you in, and it led to a mind, you know, which is kind of interesting. It's a mysterious ticket.
Do you like the shape of the ear?
Yeah, I do, yeah. But I like the shape of lots of things. But an ear in a grassy field with ants crawling on it, there's hardly anything better than that.
Well, it's actually something like a hole you can go down into.
Right.
Yeah. Kind of like the bottle in the opium.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there's things like that. In order to go to other dimensions, I think you have to pass through something, and so maybe there's you know, many different holes that, you know, we can go through. So this is just one of them. Jack, remember when you said delivering the Wall Street Journal at rush hour on Olympic?
On Olympic Boulevard.
Was like shooting the rapids.
Yes. Yes. Going forward.
Jeudi 8 décembre. Le type assis à l'arrière est Jack Nance, mais en ville on continue de l'appeler Henry Spencer, du nom de l'invraisemblable personnage aux cheveux électriques qu'il incarnait dans Eraserhead.
Wait, hungry?
I'm starving.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm really hungry.
What are you having these days?
Turkey sandwiches or tuna melts.
Tuna melt.
Yeah, with Swiss cheese. Golden brown French fries and coffee.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe a piece of cherry pie or blueberry pie for dessert.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How does that sound to you?
That's all right. That's all right. Sandwich de pavo.
Yeah. Con queso. Con mucho queso.
Yeah, you've been on those in Mexico City.
Yeah.
I guess I got turkey sandwich. Tuna melt.
Yeah. That's a California thing.
That's California.
Yeah. That was invented in California. There wasn't ever any California tuna melt before that. Now I think we've gotten lost here, Jack. Are we heading up toward Maine?
We're heading toward Maine.
Okay. This is first.
This is first.
We're going through here. Here we go. Through we go. I want to talk. I want to hear that guy. Can we go back? Is he talking out loud on the corner?
He was talking to you, I thought.
Yeah, I want to go back and hear him. That's a nice sounds. Car alarm. Incredible environment. It's almost impossible to go by here without picnicking or stopping for the day. If we could just get some donuts and a cup of coffee, we'd be set.
Donuts and coffee.
This is too beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Isn't this beautiful right here? Man, that's beautiful.
That's WPA.
Yeah, they don't make
30s.
Yeah, this is our hall right here, Jack. Right there.
That's our tunnel.
That's our tunnel.
Yeah, of course it is.
We couldn't. That's the tunnel right there. really is, you know, it's just great to be back here. We were here on a very cloudy day. I remember that.
Very great.
Yeah, we were set up. We were set up right over here, though. Right about back there, right back there. And this chain link fence, I don't think was here. Maybe it was. Something. Benito? Kind of incredible how the mood changes, and it has to be a precise thing.
So are you a perfectionist?
Yeah, well, not really, but I mean, they've got to be in the ballpark, and then you see that it starts to work, and maybe sometimes it's a bigger ballpark than others, but it has to work, and so you have to keep working till it works as best as you can. Sometimes you make mistakes, and when you it doesn't quite get there.
Are you hard to work for?
No, I believe in a family type atmosphere where people are free to experiment, and if you put a false sort of fear over that, you will kill creativity, and it's an absolutely sickening thing. Certain people have reputations of being very hard on a crew, and I think it's really kind of stupid.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting just because you have a reputation for making movies that are so much your movies.
Yeah, but, you know, I always say people have to, you know, we all tune into the same thing. Ideas come from somewhere. Ideas are the most important thing. Once you have an idea, others can tune into that, and then they're working, you know, right with you, and they know when it's working just as much as you do, you know, most of the time, or else they're very, very close. Once they start tuning in, they bring you certain types of guns instead of other